A month ago, it would be unconstitutional to have a vaccine passport. Well, on Tuesday, the vaccine passport comes in. Don't trust a bloody one of them. Not a one of them. They're so invested in this narrative of fear, they don't know how to get out of it. There's only one party, only one leader, who's got the courage and the backbone and the integrity to end this narrative of fear. Let's vote for him on Monday. Thank you very much. Let's bring up Maxime Bernier.
Next Monday, that will be the beginning of a common sense revolution in our country, a freedom revolution in our country. And we will do that together. The first rally in Montreal, if we had 100 persons, that was a maximum. But you know what? At that time, maybe common sense was not that common. But I can tell you that the last rally in Montreal that I did, we were 55,000 people fighting for our rights. You know, like me, that government is not the solution. The government is the problem, and our politicians are the problems. Because O'Toole won't speak in Eastern Canada about Western alienation. For him, you know, you're happy, you will vote for the Conservative Party. Everything is nice here in Western Canada. No, it is not. And I know why you're mad about Ottawa. I know it's good here in Alberta, but I'm proud to speak about it also in Quebec in French. Because every province must have more autonomy if we want to keep this country united. And I'm very pleased to be here and finish my campaign here with you in Alberta. Don't forget, we still have 3 days. We still have 3 days, and there's still some Canadians that don't know there's another option here, our option. Because I believe that they know that all the other options suck, but we are the only option for this country and for you and for Canadians. And I will end that little speech with the same quote that I like from John F. Kennedy. The quote that he said in 1961, 1 year after the one that I started my speech from John Diefenbaker, 1960, Kennedy in 1961 at his inauguration speech after being elected. And what he said at that time, I like that quote because that quote is very actual for today. And we are living now here in Canada in the same situation that they had at that time in the US. And Kennedy said, in the long history of the world, only few generations have been taking the role of defending freedom in its maximum hour of danger. You are that generation. This is your role, and now is the time. Now is the time. Let's live strong and free. I count on you, you can count on us. Thank you, thank you.
All right, so I am here with Paul Hinman, the leader of the Wildrose Independence Party, and we just finished watching Maxime Bernier's PPC event out here in Strathmore. And I was just wondering, Paul, what are your thoughts?
Well, it's exciting to see so many Albertans coming out and supporting the truth, supporting the principles that we believe in, voting and supporting freedom, because that's really what this election is about. Do we want freedom in a future, or are we going to have big government that's stripping away our freedoms, our constitutional rights? And Albertans, we want our freedom here.
And speaking of freedom, Jason Kenney just plunged us back down into lockdowns. The Open for Summer plan is obviously canceled for fall, and we are now introducing vaccine passports. What do you think of the vaccine passports?
It's just wrong. It's unconstitutional, and the damage that it is doing, the collateral damage of passports is just unforeseen. And the number of people that are contacting me that do not want to get vaccinated, that are being threatened, you either get vaccinated or lose your job. It's wrong, and the government should never be allowing this segregation to be taking place. The mental stress, the financial stress, the family stress. You even got families now that are divided. I met one nurse last week when I was at the rally there that doesn't want to get vaccinated, and her husband's just furious with her. Just get the stupid vaccine and go to work. Why are you refusing this? We need you to go to work. This is wrong. This is not what a free and prosperous country goes by, and yet we have federal and provincial politicians that for whatever reason are coercing people to get vaccinated, and it's just wrong.
And the legacy media today ran a couple of interesting stories where they said that a vote for Maxime Bernier, a vote for the PPC, is a vote for Justin Trudeau. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's false. And again, we've got to have people that stop voting out of fear and actually start voting for what they believe in and what they want. And we want our freedoms. We want a future. We want to reduce the size of government. We don't want a cradle-to-grave government that's always looking at everything we're doing, telling us what we can do and what we can't do, telling us who we can visit and who we can't. I mean, it's just unbelievable how divisive these policies are. And we need to vote for Maxime Bernier and the PPC and send that message to Ottawa.
Okay. So in a lot of places, people are looking at it and they're looking at the possibility of vote splitting. What do you have to say for people that are concerned about the vote splitting or the possibility that Aaron O'Toole could lose out on a minority because the PPC wins a bunch of seats?
I categorically disagree with that. Don't waste your vote on something, or too often they voted for the least of two evils. And if we want to change and save Canada, you got to start voting for what's right. You got to vote for the principles and for the truth. And this idea, the vote out of fear or out of strategy, we never win. We lose. Maybe it's death by 1,000 cuts instead of 50. But no, you got to vote for what we believe and what we need. And we need our freedom, and we need to have a reduction in the size of government. We need to be decentralized. All those things are critical. And if we don't vote for that, we lose. Whether it's 1 year or 5 years, we lose. So don't vote out of fear. Vote for courage and vote for the truth. Vote for freedom.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for taking some time to chat with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for the Western Standard and being willing to report on these things. Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thanks. Hey, I am here with Maxime Bernier. In the dark, you stayed right till the bitter end to say hi to absolutely everyone that was here at your rally today. You wanted to end your campaign in Alberta. Why Alberta?
Because we share the same values and we have a lot of support here, and I'm very proud to be called the Albertan from Quebec. When I started my political career in 2007, a journalist, like I said in my speech, I think that was from the Global Mail, said this guy is speaking like Albertan about freedom and individual freedom and personal responsibility. And he called me the Albertan from Quebec, and I used that since that time because, yes, here in Alberta, we share the same values and we must promote that all across the country, and that's what I'm doing. And I believe that we have a chance to have some candidates that will be elected here. So I'm doing my best campaigning across the country, and we'll see what will happen this Monday.
Now, speaking of the media, the front page of the Toronto Sun today, there was an article and it said a vote for Maxime Bernier and the PPC is a vote for Justin Trudeau. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I believe that they're very scared. The Conservative Party of Canada, if they have to use all their tools and people that they know to write something like that, is because they know that we have a great momentum, and people understand now that the Conservative Party is not conservative anymore, just in name. So voting for the PPC is voting for your values. It's not my fault if the Conservative Party of Canada is taking your vote here in Alberta for granted, and they're like Justin Trudeau on all the most important issues, starting by COVID-19 hysteria and imposing a vaccine passport. They're like Trudeau, and here in Alberta, I believe that people don't want a vaccine passport, and actually O'Toole is working with Kenney. Kenney, as you remember, Kenney supported O'Toole a week ago, and they're together with that vaccine passport. So if you're fed up with vaccine passport and with the fake conservative like Kenney and like O'Toole, you just have one option: us. And I don't believe that if you vote for the PPC in Alberta, that you will elect a liberal MP here in Alberta. You won't. When conservatives are winning by 70% of the vote in Alberta, voting for PPC, the only chance that you have is to elect a PPC member of parliament or a fake conservative member of parliament. So that argument is only to try to convince former conservative to stay conservative, but these people are intelligent, are wise, and they know that they are not leaving the Conservative Party of Canada to come to us. The Conservative Party of Canada let them, abandon them, and that's why now they have a new home with the People's Party of Canada.
So is that your message then to people who are worried about vote splitting, specifically in smaller rural ridings that the Conservatives normally see 75, 80%? Is that your message to them? Is that they can vote for you and Justin Trudeau won't win?
They can vote for us, and they can be safe that they won't elect a Liberal in their riding. And but if there's a minority Liberal government or minority Conservative government, that will be the same thing. O'Toole won't solve the equalization formula. O'Toole won't build pipelines and use the Constitution to impose, I'm using my word, to impose pipeline everywhere, because it's under the federal jurisdiction when you use the Constitution and the Section 9210 in the Constitution. Aaron O'Toole won't abolish a carbon tax. He will impose a carbon tax. We won't sign the Paris Accord. So if you're a real conservative with your values, we are your only choice, because the Conservative Party of Canada is a leftist party now.
And then earlier today, the Western Standard actually broke a story where a student in school in Ontario recorded their teacher saying that they couldn't discuss or teach the PPC in the classroom because the PPC has openly racist policies. What do you say to that?
I'm saying I believe that students are more intelligent than the teacher because they can read. And I'm sure that student read our platform, and they know that we are fighting for this country, and we are doing politics for Canadians, for all Canadians, and we don't play any racial politics. Who's playing racial politics? That's the Conservative and the Liberals. Trudeau, a couple of months ago, created a new program only for black entrepreneurs. That's a racial politics. That's a program that is racist. We won't do that. We will abolish program like that. And if we want to have a program for entrepreneurs, we'll have a program for all entrepreneurs in Canada. So for us, it's not important the color of your skin or your ethnicity or your religion or your sex. We are doing politics for every Canadian, and for us, you are a Canadian. I don't want to know what you are doing in your bedroom or what is the color of your skin. That's not important for us. You're in this country, you share Canadian values, you're welcome. Let's work with us to build this country.
So the election's winding down to a close now. We only have a few days left. What are your plans for the next 2 days?
I'll be here, I'll be in Edmonton, and we will do our rally at the end of the campaign in Saskatoon Monday. So I will be the last 2 days of the campaign in Alberta and try to gain more support. And I believe that Albertans understand that, when you have a party that the only argument, when you have the Conservative Party of Canada, the only argument for Albertans to vote for them, it's splitting the vote. O'Toole is the one that is splitting the vote, is splitting the Liberal votes. We are not doing anything, and he's not Conservative anymore. So that's why I believe they're scared. They know that we have a lot of people that are coming to our rallies, not only here in Alberta, in Calgary, but I did rallies in Ontario. You know, you're not alone, Albertans. You won't be the only one that will vote for the PPC. People in Ontario, people in Quebec, BC. I did rallies all across the country. We had the biggest rallies. Look at the other candidates, leaders. They were not able to do rallies like that. We are having people that are coming to our rallies because they know that we are there for the facts, for the truth, for the science, for Canadians, and we are speaking the common sense. So I believe that this election will be an historical one, and like I said in my speech, it will be the start of a common sense revolution.
All right. Well, thank you very much for taking some time to talk to us. I know that you've got to get going, get back on the road to the next event. If anybody's looking for more information on you guys on the PPC, where can they find the information?
I think they can call and speak to their candidate in their riding, but also they can go on our website, peoplespartyofcanada.ca. All our policies are there, and they will say that this party is doing politics differently because we created that party based on 4 principles, like I said: individual freedom, personal responsibility, respect and fairness, and all our policies are in line with these principles. So they can go and read that on our website, peoplespartyofcanada.ca. They can follow me on Twitter, they can follow me on Instagram, and they will be able to know more if they want to know about us and the party.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
I appreciate that. Thank you for giving me that time. Thank you.
Thanks.